I always ask people, have you ever been to Bonneville Mill? And a lot of people will say, no, never been out there. I've only been out on the grounds of here and up on the big observation deck that they have, but I've never actually been inside the mill. So I'm really happy to be here with Courtney. Courtney, you're the man who runs the mill.
I'm the miller.
You're the miller.
Yep.
You're the only person in this area that doesn't have the last name Miller, but you are a miller, right?
That's just about right.
Yeah.
That
so,
is right.
so
Yep.
you are the miller, though.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Bonneville Mill and what goes on in here. It's a beautiful building.
Bonneville Mill is a grist mill. Grist mill grinds grain into flour, and it has been here at this location since 1837.
Wow.
It says 1832 on the side of the building, but that's a long story. But we know the mill was built in 1837. But we currently have two sets of millstones, and we have two turbine water wheels, and each water wheel powers a separate set of stones.
How long has this mill been in constant operation for?
Well, that's kind
Is that
of
up for debate?
the claim to fame of this mill.
Is that-
It's supposed to be the oldest continuously operating grist mill in Indiana.
Well, that's a good claim to fame to have, you know. And besides the mill here, and we'll have a look at, it in operation here in a few minutes, what can people experience if they come out here?
Oh, well, the mill is open to the public. We are closed on Mondays, but other than that, we're open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And anybody that visits the mill, you can either enter through the basement, you get a little bit longer tour that way, or you can enter from the main floor. And the tour is free. Groups that come to the mill, if they schedule a tour, that does cost, but it's a more lengthy tour.
Okay.
And it runs about an hour.
Yeah.
Whereas a mill demonstration runs anywhere from 3 minutes to 15 minutes.
And so, like today, I rocked up for this interview. Can people just show up like that? Just come on in and
Yep.
And there's no problem whatsoever. You'll
Nope.
show them how to do it.
No, we'll be here, and we sit in the office over there, and
Yeah.
when we hear the door bang, we get ready. And we offer everybody a mill demonstration.
Which is fantastic, and
yeah.
I'm going to get a demonstration here in a second too. And of course, Bonneville area is the mill. It's more than just the mill too. You got beautiful gardens and other things
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
we have the dahlia gardens that are in bloom starting in August usually. That's a beautiful garden. We also have the quilt. We're on the quilt tour.
Yep.
And we're on the Heritage Trail.
I never realized till I moved to this area just how big the whole quilting scene is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a big thing, right? I mean,
Yeah, it is.
people
Yep.
take it real serious, and they're really good at it. So,
Yep.
yeah, so awesome. Well, you want to give me a demonstration here?
Sure.
You mentioned that you have two going on here, so yeah, show me what you want to show
Yeah,
me.
there's two sets of stones,
Yep.
and this set is what we usually use for demonstration because it has this little peak window
Yep.
here. So what you're looking at here is the top millstone through here. Each stone weighs about 1,800 pounds, and
How do you
there's
get it
two
in?
of them. What?
How do you get it in?
Oh, well, we use the crane, and I think you guys got video of that.
Oh, maybe we
at
did.
one point. But the grain goes in the big funnel over the top. That's the hopper, and it falls down into the shaker here.
Okay.
And the shaker tray, when it gets bumped, it drops the grain into the eye of the top stone. So the stone is like a big donut. It's got
Okay.
a hole in the middle.
Yep.
The grain drops through the center. It works its way to the outside and then down the downspout.
And then here it starts to
Yep.
Come back up
the
this way.
corn goes through a sifting process. So the paddle conveyor takes it upstairs and drops it down into the sifter.
Why does it need to go all the way up and then back down? Is it just is that just part of the
That's the easiest way to get it there. Most things in the mill, they go up first,
Yeah.
and then everything else is gravity taking it back
Okay, it
down
goes
to
back
where you
down.
want it.
I suppose that's space efficiency
Yeah.
too, So all right, so yeah, show me what's this.
Well, this wheel opens the gates that surround the turbine water wheel.
Okay.
And when they open, that exposes the runner wheel inside the turbine, and the water rushes in, and as it drains through, it's going to start turning that number 3 drive shaft,
Nice.
and that's what runs everything. It can be belted or geared up to anything in the mill, and that's what makes
That's
everything
wonderful.
move.
Can you do it?
Yep.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know we were going to get like a full demonstration today. This is excellent. Oh, there you go. That's cool. So, from the whole process, nothing runs on electricity?
Nope.
Just everything is just
Yeah.
all natural. And how do you, like, if something goes wrong with this, do you fix it? Like,
Yeah.
who learns to fix it?
Yeah.
Do you have to keep passing down that knowledge?
I've had to do a lot of fixing on a lot of different things. I've only been the head miller for 5 seasons,
Okay.
but in that time, there's been a lot of times when things have gone wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And you just have to figure it out.
yeah.
I like it. Well, it's wonderful. And can people actually buy this then once it's
Yeah.
done? Or you sell it here as well?
Yep, the flour is offered for sale here in the mill,
Nice.
and people can come in, they can get a bag of flour and go home and make something yummy. The corn meal, after it's been through the stones,
Yep.
drops down this downspout, and this is unbolted or unsifted cornmeal.
Yeah.
Now I do have customers that want it that way.
Okay.
So I've got a bypass chute that I can run it directly into a bucket from here. But most people buy it sifted.
What's the difference?
There's chunks and
Okay.
holes in
It's
the
just-
unsifted.
So sifting just makes it more fine?
It makes
Okay.
it more consistent.
There,
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And so there's this floor here, but there's also upstairs as well. Tell me a little bit about what's going on up there.
Upstairs, the drive shaft, this
Yep.
drive shaft goes all the way to the top floor. That's 2 floors above here. And up on the next floor, there's a wooden pulley mounted on that drive shaft, and that is what's running the pallet
Okay.
conveyor and the sifter.
Yeah.
Now, up on the 3rd floor, we have a line shaft up there, and we have the main grain cleaner
Okay.
located on that floor. It's not running right now because it's not hooked up,
Okay.
but all the machinery does function.
It does function. I mean, I struggled yesterday just to connect the gas to my outside grill. So I feel like a terrible excuse of a handyman, but you can just keep a whole mill going.
Well,
From 1837.
so far.
So far, yeah. No, I think it's amazing, and I really hope people do come out here because, as you mentioned, for individuals coming out or a couple of people, it's free to just pop in, and you'll do this for anybody.
Oh yeah, yep. We
I
will
love
run
it.
a mill demonstration for anybody that comes in the door.
So, Courtney, this is some of the stuff, the products that you've actually made here. So, tell me about the variety going on.
Well, we grind wheat, rye, oats, buckwheat, spelt, yellow, and white corn.
Nice.
Actually, this year we're doing some extra things, but that's kind of a special program that we're going to be running.
Okay.
So this is rye flour, and this is Scottish oatmeal, and then this is yellow cornmeal. These are our mixes that we added just a couple of seasons ago, and so I have a lot of people come in that say, I don't bake. You know, I don't bake,
Yeah.
I just use mixes. So now we have something for them.
Nice.
So they can't walk out the door without something. So we have a cornbread mix and a pancake mix.
And so when people buy these things, does it stay, like, does it go back into the entire parks department? Does it stay with Bonneville Mill, or how does
it
that
goes
work?
into our general
Yeah, fun, and then back.
accounting fund, and
Yeah.
it helps maintain the parks and
Oh
everything
yeah,
else.
which we're very lucky. We have a lot of great parks in Elkhart County. So tell me a little bit about like okay, I was in Bristol before here, and I had breakfast and I got rye toast because I love rye bread.
Yeah.
Can you make that with that?
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm terrible when it comes to baking. I haven't a clue.
Yep.
So what
we
kind of
have-
things could you use that for?
We have a lot of recipes that we can offer people
Oh, really?
if they are
Nice.
interested. But you can find a lot of recipes online
Yeah,
too.
true. But that's cool.
And yeah, the rye makes excellent bread.
Yeah.
We have some bread flours that we sell, that wheat flours that
Yeah.
make really good bread.
And as an Irishman, like, what's going on with this Scottish
Well-
nonsense here?
Scottish
Couldn't
oatmeal.
you get some Irish something here going? No, I'm just kidding.
We had a customer. We didn't used to grind oats,
Yeah.
but he came in and he lives half his year in Scotland, and
Oh, okay.
he lives his other half a year here in the United States. And he asked the former miller, "Could you make me some oatmeal like
Yeah.
I have in
Scotland.
Scotland, which is ground on the stones?"
Nice.
So he kind of guided John on what the consistency should be.
Yeah.
And now we
doing
sell
it ever
Scottish
since.
oatmeal.
Listen, Irish people like Scottish people.
Yeah.
It's it's English people that we both don't like.
Oh,
no, I'm
yeah.
just kidding. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. We like everybody, but no, that's awesome to that. And then the yellow cornmeal as well. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know people watching this that bake are going to be like, "Come on, Dave, you don't know what this is used for." But what can you use it for?
Corn. A lot of people make corn bread out
Yeah,
of it.
of course.
It makes good fish batter.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
A lot of people use it for that. There's a lot of recipes that will call for cornmeal.
I feel like I need to bring the rye and the cornmeal home with me because my wife loves cornbread, and I love rye toast.
Yeah.
So I think between the two, we got to get this going. So
Well, there you go.
thank you so much for showing me around. I really appreciate it. There's so much to see and so much to do. And again, you're just closed on Monday. You're open even on Sunday every other
Open
day.
on Sunday, yep.
Yep. So
Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 5.
10 to 5, just show up. There's a parking lot over here and just great facilities and everything here. And as you mentioned, where did I see before when I climbed up the observation deck? Is that still
The
here? Is
lookout
that,
tower.
Yeah, the lookout tower.
is
Yeah.
on the other end of the park.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's
So I
still
just came
there.
across that one day and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I climbed up and it was really pretty. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be looking at,
Yeah.
but it was really pretty once you were up there. So before we go, what is this? This is an example of what the turbine looks like?
Most visitors
Yep.
that come in the door, not most, but a lot, will come upstairs and they'll say, "Where's your water wheel?" Because everyone expects to see a vertical,
Yep.
upright water wheel on the side of the mill because that's what you see in pictures.
Yep.
And so that's how all mills operate. Well, that's not true. Okay? This mill has always operated on horizontal water wheels.
Okay.
The water wheel goes around in this direction. And the current system are
No pun
turbines.
intended, right? Current
Yep,
system?
The current system are turbines. And the first turbine was probably installed here in Bonnyville in the 1880s.
Okay.
We have an 1860 Leffel turbine. We have a 1910 Leffel turbine.
Wow.
And we have an 1875 American turbine.
Nice.
But what happens is these gates have been taken away so that you can actually see the runner wheel
Yeah.
in the center. That's the part that moves. But the gates go all the way around. And what I did when I turned the mill on is they were in a closed position. And when I opened them up, that opened a slot
Yep.
here and here and here. The water rushed in and started to run that center water wheel. And that's how the turbine functions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing us around, and I hope a lot of people show up and enjoy it.
I hope so too.
Thank you.